Alright, Schlockmeister fans, I'm not even sure this classifies as schlock. This is an old film from the 30s, I believe. It's called Wonder Bar. Let's watch. This guy's wife's necklace has disappeared.
No, dear. Don't let me ruin your evening. You go right on to the bar. I'll join you as soon as the board meeting is over. And by the way...
This is Al Jolson in bed with Leanne, although he's just dreaming of Leanne. It's Leanne who lost the necklace. She's married. These are some of the patrons of the Wonder Bar, Al Jolson's bar in Paris.
Why don't you talk to the French things, Corey? You can talk French.
Can't talk French. You're pretty happy tonight, Al.
Oh, boy, am I happy.
Well, I'll put a stop to that.
Why, what's wrong?
Edith and Harry aren't here yet.
How about the show?
No show yet.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You cut out the dance number, see, and put me on first. Good evening.
So since Harry and Inez haven't shown up yet, Jolson has to open the show.
To all you Frenchmen, let me say bonsoir. You're always welcome.
Don't be angry.
Here's Inez.
I don't feel well tonight. And besides, I couldn't help it.
Where's Harry?
I don't know. I went to his hotel. That's what made me late.
And here's Harry. Harry and Inez are a couple,
I decided out of the joint with the presents, eh? You know you're a little late?
but Al likes
Yes,
Inez.
a little. Where's Inez?
I don't care. I'm talking to you right now, see?
What do you mean you don't care?
Anyway, the Wonder Bar puts on songs and dances, routines. This is a pretty elaborate dance number. This actually goes on for more than 5 minutes. Leanne, meanwhile, likes Harry.
Harry, you've got to get that necklace back to me. Robert's suspicious. I told him I lost it. Then this morning I found out the insurance company had put detectives on the case.
Oh, that's the reason they were around inquiring about me.
We've got to
He
pretend
sold
I
it.
found
Al tells various jokes throughout the film.
Smoked salmon. But one thing he loves best of all, a little delicacy. What's this? Cream cheese.
And one day he was looking to Bullador for a piece of cream cheese, and what do you think he saw?
What?
A cockroach.
Why are you so anxious to sell that chain?
Because the police are after me and want it back, that's why. If you must know, I'm taking the money and getting out of here tonight.
Harry, if you go, I go.
He wants to pull out, alone.
Now I get it. The mug's been trying to sell me a hunk of jewelry all night. Did he sound on the level about going?
Put two and two together. Those detectives this morning asking about Harry were from the insurance company.
Yeah?
Since he's plenty anxious to leave town.
This is Dick Powell. He plays Tommy. He likes Inez also.
Like you, preparing breakfast just for two. A dream that never does.
I don't want to hear any more of it right now.
Darling, you're upset about something. Tell me what's wrong.
Oh, nothing's wrong.
Harry isn't.
Oh, no.
No, I can't let you go on like this.
Realize I'm so much in love with Harry. I'm going insane.
A lot of love triangles going on in this film.
You can. Oh, let's see. Leaves it wide open for you and Inez, huh? You got your money. Get out. Good luck, Al.
I'm going with you. I don't care what people say.
Well, I'm not taking you with me.
You leave without me tonight, I'll tell the police. I'll have you arrested. I'll say that you stole that necklace.
Gave him 100,000 francs for it. Sure.
Why did you? Why did you do it?
I did it for your sake, kid. I figured like this. If it lasted much longer, you'd get all the worst of it. Can't you see?
Why did you make it easy for Harry to go away?
She sneaked out the side door and got in his car. It's parked in the alley. She's waiting for him to finish his number, then they're going.
Running off with the wife of one of the most powerful men in Paris, eh? When that news gets out, my joint will be closed in a week.
So Harry and Leanne are going to plan to go away. Harry and Inez perform the gaucho dance, perhaps for the last time.
Madame Renaud with you.
Suppose I am.
I'm not going to let you.
No? Well, you try and stop me.
Watch carefully what she grabs.
Think about it. Think about it.
Harry makes it to the back. Inez passes out, and Harry dies from his wound.
Harry. Hey, you understand what telling me? That he's drunk, that me. But we can't leave him in the alley. You just grab a hold of him. I'll take care of the rest. Got him?
They gotta get rid of that body now. Now they put him in the back of this guy's car. The guy is
A friend of mine told me.
there he is, a rich man who lost all of his money. He decided he's going to kill himself tonight by driving off a cliff after one final fling at the Wonder Bar.
Honey, you haven't done any such thing.
She thinks she killed him.
He's taking home in his car right now.
You're not lying to me.
Lying to you?
He's lying.
Of course not.
The final musical number is done in blackface, of course, as Al Jolson was famous for.
Me and Zeke ought to always stay together. Why? I'll tell you. Ever since I was a little pickaninny.
He's going to heaven on a mule. The Shoot to Hell. It's the Pork Chop Orchard and the Possum Pie Grove, where the pork chops grow on trees. Just about every offensive black stereotype is showcased here.
Just this once after all it's Paris.
Both the husband and wife are planning to cheat tonight.
Dear. We'll be up as soon as our husbands go to sleep.
We're going to take our wives home. And as soon as we get them to sleep, we'll meet you somewhere.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, Al.
Yes, I got the car outside, and just as soon as I take my makeup off, I thought I'd take you for a nice long ride in the park. Would do you good.
Yes, but
So when you see how I sort of thought I had some new tunes I wanted Inez to hear.
So Tommy's going to win this love triangle.
And Captain Von Perrin, I've just been killed in an automobile accident.
Went over a cliff at San Claude. Thank you.
Well, got rid of that body. All is well now. Thus ends Al's night and our film. That was Wonder Bar. All right, let's talk about Wonder Bar. This is a movie that the only reason I'm aware of this movie is from the movie It Came from Hollywood, which is something I reviewed earlier on this channel. You can find it if you look. And that shows a bunch of clips from various old movies, a lot of horror movies and types of things. But it also showed a little clip from Wonder Bar with the kids going Heidi, Heidi, ho, and a hi, Heidi, hi, Heidi, ho. Well, that is from a number in this movie, a sing and dance number called Going to Heaven on a Mule, which is sung by Al Jolson. So, and it's a really offensive video and such. It shows obviously he's in blackface, and there are watermelons and there's pork chops hanging from trees. It's like, I don't know, you couldn't get away with that in today's society, but 85 years ago, I guess they did get away with it. I think it was even touchy back then. But anyway, so I tracked down the movie Wonder Bar. I had it on a VHS tape. I actually had a pre-recorded VHS tape. I don't think this was available for quite a long time. I think it finally came out in the mid-90s maybe early 90s, I'm not sure. But I tracked it down. I never actually watched it and didn't actually watch it until today. I had watched that particular sequence, but that's it. Hadn't seen the movie itself. The movie itself, it's actually not bad. It's kind of like a crime drama with a little bit of comedy thrown in and a little bit of a love story. It takes place in Paris, I believe, where Al Jolson plays Al. I think his name is Al Wonder. He runs a place called the Wonder Bar. It's I don't want to say it's a cabaret, but they sing, they dance, there's musical numbers, that sort of thing. And there's kind of a love triangle going on. Two of his main acts, Harry and Inez, they're one of the main attractions there. They're a couple. But he wants to run off with this other woman named Leanne. Meanwhile, Al and this other guy, Tommy, are in love with Inez. So there's a bunch of little triangles going all over the place here. Eventually, Harry decides he's going to leave the act, and he's going to leave Inez, and he's a little bit of a criminal too. He's got some, like, this necklace he was trying to pawn, and anyway, Inez is so upset that during their musical number, at the end of it, she stabs him. And the wound ends up being fatal. He goes in the back in the dressing room and collapses and dies. Mr. Wonder, then Al Jolson decides, let's pretend he's drunk, and we'll just take him outside and throw him in the back of this car. Now, there's this rich guy, or I should say formerly rich guy, who took the last of his money. He lost all of his money except for a tiny little bit. He decides he's gonna kill himself. So he decides to have one big last fling at the Wonder Bar, a great night, then he's gonna kill himself. And Al knows about this, so they know that he's going to run his car off a cliff. So they decide to take the body, put it in the back of this guy's car, and then the next day they get word that he did go off the cliff, and both he and his passenger died in the accident. Of course, we know the passenger died because he was stabbed. And this guy who killed himself didn't know that they'd stuffed his body in the back seat. Anyway, that's how our film ends. It's kind of odd. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of weird that happened. Anyway, that is Wonder Bar. Again, it's probably most memorable for that sequence going to heaven on a mule in blackface, and everybody's in blackface. And it's, like I said, very offensive by today's standards. But again, 1934, you could barely get away with it, and they did. So anyway, it's called Wonder Bar. You can get this from the Warner Archive Collection for about $10-12 or so. Not bad for what it is. It apparently was quite a popular film at the time, too. So check it out. Leave some comments down below. It's called Wonder Bar. Watch it. Bye.